The good news is I didn't die. Thought I was going to, but I didn't.
Like, I can't. You can't make this shit up. Just. Like, I can't.
Stop playing, Jesus. Bro, the Trump TikTok shit is a fucking... It is propaganda. They were worried about propaganda. It is propaganda.
What you think about when you're born into...
And I can prove it.
Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They want to let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt we've been thinking for.
I can basically...
Truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves.
We can conclude, more likely than not, like if this is a civil trial, more likely than not, it's propaganda and it was set up this way to be propaganda. He launched another fucking meme coin. You know, motherfuckers are trying to argue with me. Or it's not a rug pull because it's locked up for 2 years. Someone's locked up for 2 years, someone's locked up for 3 years. Is there a limit on time of what a rug pull is? Let's say it's locked up for 10 years. If the goal is to give it to your friends, your family, and yourself without paying it, make other people pay for it, drive the price up, and then sell it off, it's still a rug pull. I can do a Ponzi scheme in a day, or I can do a Ponzi scheme over 40 years. As soon as those accounts are unlocked, they're gone. And not all of them are locked, clearly, because someone sold... I will talk about it in a second. God, I was so fucking mad earlier. I think I'm good now, but
it's me,
I was so fucking mad
from
earlier.
TikTok. I wanted to make this video because
Shaking.
I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? I think I 100% think so. If you haven't noticed, TikTok's back. Obviously, it came back today around noon is when I noticed. I think I accidentally clicked on a link by accident and it just fucking opened. I wasn't even looking for it, but I clicked on a link, an old link while I was scrolling through a message to a TikTok video and it just opened. But you were met with a message that said, like, TikTok was temporarily down due to the, law that was passed. But after speaking with President Trump and being assured, blah, 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 whatever, bullshit, we're back. They were worried about TikTok as being a propaganda tool. How the fuck is that not propaganda? The evil government banned me, but the new president brought me back. Now, people were arguing with me when I made the video, okay? And they were saying, oh, no. It was because Biden told them they were going to get in trouble. But first of all, you have to understand, Biden didn't do anything but his job. A bipartisan group of lawmakers from both sides of the aisle voted on this with information that most of us don't have. Voted on this, and it came to his desk. Could he have vetoed it? Yes, but he's going to need a pretty substantial reason to veto it, right? So he fucking just signed the bill. But they want to frame this as like Biden or Kamala and all the Democrats versus Trump. Second, TikTok asked for a statement from President Biden that they wouldn't get in trouble, right? They would have time. They wouldn't get in trouble even though the law went into effect. And Biden did that. He did a video that said there's no reason for TikTok to go black, to go down, that the law's not going to be enforced, and it's going to be handled with the next administration. They then moved the goalpost and pulled it down themselves, right? The government didn't do this. Biden didn't do it. Biden didn't take it down. Congress didn't take it down. The police didn't take it down. They pulled it down themselves. Okay? Now, then they say, oh, it's because Biden wouldn't put it in writing that he wasn't going to get people in trouble. Trump didn't put it in writing. He's not the president. Trump didn't put it in writing. Then they say, oh, well, they don't trust Biden, but they trust Trump. That show, no, they're like, you expect us to trust Biden after what he's done to our country? Nobody in this country trusts Biden. That's a lie, too. And here's why. Biden is still the president. So you're telling me that yesterday they didn't trust Biden and had to pull the app from the App Store. But today, when Biden is still president, could still enforce the law, could still have them fucking charge the fees or whatever that's tied to it, right? He's the president today. If it were true that they didn't trust Biden, but they trusted Trump, they wouldn't have come back today. They would have come back afternoon tomorrow when Trump is president. Now, did Biden and the Democrats maybe miss a gigantic PR move where they could have, met with the CEO, did a joint press conference, came out and said, hey, we know there's an issue here. We're going to give them another 90 days, shake hands. TikTok's not going away for any, probably, sure. But I still think to this day, they're not ready for how low fucking Trump's going to go. Who was ready for the incoming president and his wife to launch meme coins? I just don't think they know how low he'll stoop. I just don't think they're ready for it. That he literally probably told the CEO, like, hey, we'll do something. We'll get you fixed up. I promise I'll make a deal with you or do my best or whatever. But you need to put on there that President Trump saved it. This is 100% the propaganda that they warned you about. And then people are cheering him on. People are fucking cheering him on as if he's the fucking savior. First of all, they didn't have to go anywhere. There was nothing to save. There's a term for this. Actually, I just saw it. Let me see if I can find it. There's a term for this, like if you're like writing a book, like it's like a plot piece for a book or a story you may be putting together. Let's see. Or you're trying to manipulate somebody. That's the other use for it. Like manipulating people into thinking that you're some type of savior or you did something for you. Basically, you cause a problem that doesn't need to be a problem, that doesn't exist. But you say, oh, it's this major problem. Then the public outcry is like, oh, this major problem is really hurting us. Then you swoop in to save them from the problem that didn't need to be a problem in the first place. Here it is. It's called strategic restoration. Strategic restoration is a planned effort to restore an environment, building, or organization. Intentional response that involves searching an organization's own history and reinterpreting it through contemporary. So strategic. Here, I'll just send you this. Instead of trying to explain it, I'll let this guy who does it better. Maybe, if I get it pulled up.
Manipulative rhetoric called strategic restoration that I think we should all become very familiar with at this moment. I'm a high school English teacher who teaches rhetoric classes, and I have a master's in rhetoric, but it doesn't take all that to see what's going on here. Strategic restoration has 3 steps. First, there's problem creation, where we create a problem that doesn't actually exist. Oftentimes, this problem isn't really entirely all that big of a problem. However, the effects of instituting some kind of solution for that problem definitely affect a lot of people. Of course, that then triggers public reaction. That public reaction, usually in this case of strategic restoration, comes in the form of like intense criticism. There's a lot of objection. There's a lot of sadness. It's an appeal to pathos, where an audience's emotions are the ones that then drive the sense of the impact of that rhetoric. In this case, not only outrage, but misery. Those farewell posts were really tragic in these season finales. Ultimately, that brings us to step 3, restoration and credit, where even though it wasn't a problem, the person who then brings it back is credited as some kind of savior, the one who went through and took care of business, saved the day, and brought back what the people always wanted in the first place, even though it wasn't actually a problem in the first place.
Even though it wasn't actually a problem in the first place. Even though it wasn't actually a problem in the first place. Yeah, that's 100% what it was. Obviously. There was no issue. They didn't need to go anywhere. They didn't need to do anything. They didn't need to change anything. But they took it down just to leave it down for 12 hours and then come back and say, Trump saved it for you guys. Make sure you guys are very grateful to President Trump. He saved it for you guys. But seriously, if they were worried about consequences, then they wouldn't have come back to the 20th afternoon after he was in. If Biden said there will be no consequences and Trump said there will be no consequences, and then they didn't believe Biden but they believed Trump, why the fuck did they come back on the 19th? Why come back on the 19th? That's a silly time to come back. You're still in trouble. You're still in the same trouble you would have been if you wouldn't have went down on the 18th if you don't trust him, if you think he's going to try to take you down. Anyways, the Trump coin, let me explain to you how big this fucking rug pull is going to be when it gets pulled. Okay? Yeah, it's just a 90-day extension. Someone today, under the Trump coin, who had never, ever published a coin or purchased a coin. They didn't purchase a single coin. That means they were allocated coins. They were given coins. Disbursement. They were given coins. Okay? Never purchased a single coin. Today, sold those coins for $32.5 million. And that's just a drop in the bucket when this shit starts pulling. Now, there are some of it's locked up. There's no legitimate project in the world that has 90% of all coins are in 10 wallets. There's even evidence of some insider trading because a wallet on Solana was funded with $1 million 4 hours before the Trump coin launched. Brand new wallet, $1 million was put in it 4 hours before the Trump coin launched. At launch, within 60 seconds of launch, which people outside shouldn't know about, right? Within 60 seconds of launch, it invests all $1 million, then takes that $1 million and then splits it into 10 separate wallets, trying to hide the fact that they're holding all this. And it's now worth $21 million. Not all crypto's a scam. Meme coins are almost always a scam. Unless you're just doing it to laugh or piss away money. Yeah, it's bad. It's extremely bad. Let's see. I think I retweeted one of these. There's another one, by the way. Check this out from Daniel Prince. So why did $Trump, the Trump coin, choose to start a shitcoin, and why on Solana? Shall we follow the money to find out if there's any conflicts of interest and misaligned incentives? Who is David Sachs, and why was he chosen to be the crypto czar for the Trump administration? He is a general partner of Craft Ventures, a venture capital fund he co-founded in late 2017. Craft Ventures focuses on leaders in business-to-business software, and also seem to have a keen interest on anything Musk is building, including SpaceX, XAI, which is Grok, and even the Boring Company. Weird. Okay, so is there any connection to Musk? Well, yes, both being South African Americans. I don't know why I can't read. Well, yes, and more than both being South African Americans. Musk and Sachs are connected through PayPal. Sachs was the COO, while Musk was the CEO, nicely sitting atop the tree of the PayPal mafia. But what does this have to do with Solana and the appointment of a crypto czar on the Trump shitcoin? We now have to assess whether or not there's a conflict of interest, signs of insider trading, or nepotism. So let's dig in. Sachs also invested via Craft Ventures into another fund called Multicoin. Here's his own article about why. Who are Multicoin? As a crypto native fund, we actively engage and participate in the networks we invest in. Moreover, we are intimately familiar with the crypto technology landscape and market structure. We are hands-on investors and will do everything in our power to maximize the success of our portfolio companies. That's from Multicoin. So to recap, Sachs, through Craft Ventures, now has direct interest in the success of any companies that Multicoin has invested in, who, to use their own words from their own website, will do anything in our power to maximize the success of our portfolio companies. Okay? So, who do Multicoin invest in? Well, literally hundreds of shitcoin projects. You have to scroll it to believe it, and there's a ton of shitcoins. So, how would Sachs be able to steer these companies in the right direction and make sure there's enough hype around them to make sure his investments clear any lockup period so the funds can make an exit and make a huge profit? Well, Sachs Wiki page, from Sachs Wiki page, he's a co-host of an all-in podcast alongside Chemath, whatever the fuck this name is, Jason Calacanis, and David Friedberg. Yes, he has a crypto podcast, but surely he would never brag about investments or exits he has made on that podcast with his other slimeball co-host, would he? Jacob Silverman had this clip of them doing exactly that below in 2021. So bragging about stealing people's money through shitcoins. So yes, the clip shows them bragging about their Solana bags and how they have pumped and beginning to dump them on retail. You better clear that Solana position. What's your lockup? 24 months? You're holding, right? Ish, me too. Yeah, me too. Disgusting. Watch again, then please share and bookmark Jacob's post. We can go watch it. Hold on. This guy was in with Musk at PayPal.
Chamath Palihapitiya, and I'm your boy J-Cap.
Sachs, I gotta say, I think your AUM is positively correlated with the bags under your eyes.
If you mean it's getting bigger, you're correct.
I mean,
Yes, they're heavy.
good lord,
They're heavy, dragging you down.
that's where you're hiding all that Solana in your fucking under your eyes. Jesus.
You better clear that Solana position. What's your lockup? 24 months?
Fuck no.
So what they're asking here is like, you better clear your Solana. What's the lockup? Like when are you released to sell it all, right? You have to get out of that lockup and sell it all and dump it on somebody.
Oh, he's trying to sell it to me on text message.
Yeah, of course he is.
We're negotiating discounts.
I just had the fact.
Hey, you're fucking the whole thing up.
Bro, you don't think
I'm hodling.
you think I buy
You're not
hundreds of
holding,
millions of
clearly.
dollars of anything without a discount? Everything is a discount.
Everything's discounted. You want to clear that position in an LLC?
Are you saying I got $1 billion to Solana?
No, bro, I'm saying I have one, but I bought it at a discount.
But you're holding, correct?
Ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ish.
Well, I mean,
They make it into a big joke. Hey, so back to Multicoin. Could they have invested in any projects that were dependent on Solana blockchain? Loads. And it says O1, Coral, Fractal, Hubble, Jitto, Margin FI, Metaplex, Saber, Sec3, Serum, Solana, Solscan, Strata Protocol, Wormhole. Wait, did they invest directly into Solana? Yes, they did. Today I'm excited to share that Multicoin's investment thesis in Solana, alongside the fact that we led a $20 million investment in Solana. Here's Solana's press release. Here's the press release about it. Wait a minute. So Sachs is now directly tied to dozens of companies running on the Solana blockchain and the network itself, and is advising the president on crypto as his crypto czar. This can't get any more conflicted, can it? We haven't fully considered nepotism yet. So Sachs is up to his knees in Solana network, tokens, and dozens of unicorns running shitcoin projects on its blockchain. What was the weird part about Musk earlier and their connection via PayPal? It seems kind of weird to point that out. After leaving PayPal, they both went separate ways to start new ventures. Musk claims he founded, but he just kicked out the CEO and claimed he founded Tesla. There have been many ups and downs through the Tesla journey of Musk, but no story is weirder than the one involving the $2.6 billion acquisition of Solar City in 2016. This acquisition left Tesla shareholders enraged because the shareholders called this a bailout for this shitty fucking solar company. Tesla shareholders alleged that the company's acquisition of the solar installer amounted to a bailout pushed through by Musk, who sat on both company boards at the time. So, who were Solar City, and why would shareholders believe this to be a bailout rather than a straightforward business acquisition? Who were the founders and CEO of Solar City? Lyndon and Peter Rive. Big whoop. Why does that matter? Lyndon Robert Rive is a South African-American businessman known as the co-founder of Solar City and its CEO until 2016. SolarCity has provided photovoltaic systems and related services. Rav co-founded SolarCity with his brother Peter in 2006. Big whoop. Who cares about two South African American brothers founded a solar company that was acquired by Musk for $2.6 billion against the wishes of his shareholders. Well, you see, Lyndon and Peter are Elon's cousins, sons of his mother's twin sister. So, yeah, maybe the shareholders were onto something when they alleged that it could be a bailout rather than a prudent business acquisition. It gets worse. Just stick with me for a second. Fear not, the shareholders were judged to be conspiracy theorists, and Musk won his case. Vice Chancellor Joseph R. Slotz, who decided the case shortly before retiring, sided with Musk, writing, Elon was more involved in the process than a conflicted fiduciary should be, and conflicts among other Tesla board members were not completely neutralized. With that said, the Tesla board meaningfully vetted the acquisition, and Elon did not stand in its way. 16. So what the actual fuck does this have to do with Sachs, Solana, Musk, and Trump? Well, step up out real Jake Simmons with this report. And it says Elon Musk's cousin among the first investors in Solana. So the guy he used to work with as the CEO, the cousins he bailed out with his $2.6 million, they took that immediately to Solana, which is, the Solana is the place that's hosting Trump's coin. Okay, they're making money too. Transaction fees. Wait, what? Rav was bailed out allegedly, then disappears to become an angel investor and one of the very first investors in Solana? No way. No fucking way. Wait, what's this? Why is Elon Musk, Lyndon Rav, why is Elon Musk's cousin, Lyndon Rav, one of the first investors in Solana? Rav is a cousin of Elon Musk, as their mothers are twin sisters. Why is Elon Musk's cousin? Same post. Damn, this is getting wild. So let's recap. Sachs is Trump's crypto czar and is knee-deep across everything in Solana. Trump's Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, an anagram, clearly chosen to pump another shitcoin, is chaired by Musk. Musk's cousin is one of the first angel investors, a seed investor in Solana. So could it be at all claimed that maybe? Could it be at all claimed that maybe, just maybe, there is a conflict of interest, insider trading, and nepotism involved in launching Trump, a presidential shitcoin on the Solana network? Would those involved be able to protect pre-existing investments, pump pre-existing investments, and dump pre-existing investments? I'm sure that Donald is very much the innocent party in this debacle and has been the victim of just poor advice. Perhaps he should consider clearing house on his crypto advisors on day one of his presidency. Perhaps he should delist Trump, effective immediately, and make any tricked investors whole. Perhaps we should be more vigilant, toxic in the hashtag Bitcoin space, and be ready to call out scams, even if they're at the highest level. By the way, even if you're a fan of crypto, this fucking hurts it. This makes people say, oh, that was all crypto's a scam. Don't you remember when Trump did crypto? Because they think all crypto's the same. Or maybe this is just all me being silly conspiracy theorist. Have a great Sunday. Don't let all this information worry you. So not only is this a pump and dump, Melania, his wife, launched a coin today. The Melania official meme coin. Right as soon as his shit was starting to fall. His wife launches a coin. This is what Trump coin did today. It's not a pump and dump. Stop saying that. It's not a rug pull. Are y'all idiots? This big red mark is red for MAGA. as soon as this starts falling into oblivion, he launches his wife's coin and then shares his coin again. So now she's got a shit coin. And it literally comes with a waiver that's like basically like you're going to lose your money. How crazy is this? The soon-to-be president, he's going to be president tomorrow. He's scamming his followers for money on his way into the White House. Look at this dumb motherfucker. Ryan Foreigner. Do you know who Ryan Foreigner is? Ryan Foreigner is the chair of Students for Trump. Okay? He makes videos, but he's one of these people that travels to college, blah, blah, blah. He's a big stupid Trump supporter. He says, staying away from crypto. I tweeted a few times today about Trump and a newly created coin called TikTok. I had someone reach out earlier, and they wanted to make a coin to support TikTok's comeback. That turned out to be a chaotic mess because I was scammed by said individual. I truly do apologize to everyone that was affected and putting money into that. I'm going to stay away from crypto stuff until I get better understanding of who to trust. Be safe out there and make sure you're protected. See how crazy that is? I mean, that's wild, right? At least he's standing up and saying, "Hey, I don't know enough about it." Right? That's a good stance to have. Except he hopped this coin and then pulled $23 million out of it. What these idiots, they're right. They don't know anything about crypto, including that all the transactions are public. All the transactions are public. He pulled out 23 million, then he pulled out 850,000. Oh, some guy screwed me over and I made $24 million. I'm going to stay away from it. Some guy really stuck it to me and I made $24 million. Can't believe it. He's pulled this down since the 19 million showing. We have the crypto transactions. We have the transactions. So the reason that blockchain, people say blockchain is transparent, is so transparent, is because you can see all the fucking transactions. It's a ledger. You know how, like, when you check your bank account and it says you got $1,000, but then you spent $200, then it says you got $800, but then you got $400, so now you got $1,200. That's a ledger. All of this is on a publicly available ledger. Bro, you rugged the shit out of it. I'm very new to crypto, and I promise you I didn't rug it. Then explain, please. Well, I said this earlier. A guy reached out to me wanting to create a coin to support TikTok's return, and I said, screw it, let's do it. He told me he was going to sell at some point, and my account's evaluation kept going up. And I didn't want to sell, but I ended up having to sell when it kept dropping, especially after I contributed money in Solana. You contributed roughly 320 SOL. And you sold 2,800 SOL worth of tokens. Most were airdropped to you. At the time, at the time of your sale, your coin was doing fine. It was 7 cents approximately. And your sale made the coin go down to 0.00003. Then you thought, I'm going to put some back so I don't look guilty, and kept 700 sold. I can't believe he's still lying about this whenever part of this plan is public. Just tell the FBI that you feel bad about rigging a coin, stealing millions from people. They don't understand. Imagine how blatant you can be to steal $23 million fucking dollars from people. Telling them to invest, and then you sell it out from under them. And their investment goes down to fucking minuscule fractions. And you pull out $23 million. And then you say, hey, guys, I got screwed over. I got screwed. Feel bad for me. I need to take a break. I got screwed and made $23 million of what the fuck ever it was. I can't even remember the numbers they put up there. I literally sold because it was going down increasingly. I don't know who wouldn't do that. Bro, you sold your whole clip. Do you not know how blockchain works? No, they do. So if he just sold a little bit of it, let's say, here's how I would do it if I didn't want to fucking rug pull somebody. Let's say I invested $5,000 to start a coin, and that money starts going up because I hyped the fuck out of it. I might get my $5,000 exactly back out, so I'm neutral in it, right? I don't have no money in it now. So if it goes to the fucking moon, awesome, right? If it crashes, awesome. Who cares? I don't have a dime in it. But to sell every fucking thing you own, to turn a 15, 150, a 3,000% profit and let everybody else crash. Of course you know what the fuck you're doing. You're rug pulling. I just don't think they actually know that people can go and look and see what they did. There are far too many assholes in crypto. We have like 10 copycats using our content. That's what I'm saying. I have people sending me random cryptos every day and asking me to promote them, and I don't do that for any project, except for this one. You did this one, right? The TikTok one? Weird how you went in heavy on that one and rug pulled it. This guy's in Trump coin for negative 900%. And people are like, when I post about this on TikTok, I made like fucking 10 TikTok videos today. I'm going to try to make at least one short content video every day. I even uploaded one to YouTube. When I post this about TikTok, they're like, well, if you were dumb enough to invest in that, it's not me, motherfucker. I'm not this stupid. But you're not angry that he is using his stupid audience to do it? I didn't invest in Hawk Tua. I didn't invest in Trump coin or TikTok coin or Doge. The only investment I have in crypto is a little bit of XRP, and I've tripled my money on it, and it's still just sitting there because I don't know what it'll do. I may lose I haven't even got my original investment out. I may lose it. I don't know. It's not for me, but you're not mad that the people are just fucking doing it. It's usually people who know crypto in and out, and they're not going to be scammed by this. So they look down on anybody else that doesn't, that thinks, oh, Trump wants us to invest in something. This could be something cool. Or talks about, now on the website, it talks about building a community and celebrating everything that's MAGA and coming together. And they don't fucking know. Hell, it'll probably be dumped for the third time before they even figure out how to log in and buy the shit. You don't think it's unbecoming of a fucking incoming president to pump his audience for a few $1 million on the way into the White House? This may go down as the greatest fucking scam a president's ever fucking attempted. And he said in a statement, earlier when he was talking, Trump said in a statement when he was talking at his, I think he was talking at his, whatever he had, his rally he just had, which a bunch of his fucking retarded followers are mad. They're like, we don't need a celebration or a victory lap. We need disclosure now. Telling me about the baby-eating Democrat pedophiles or whatever. But the whole thing just wild. He said when he was talking about TikTok at that victory speech or whatever, that Congress and the Supreme Court has basically told him he can do whatever he wants. And I think that's how he's fucking treating it. How can he even have it afternoon tomorrow? I think it's probably strategic. The same way that Congress does like stocks and shit, it's probably in a holding or a trust, or he may have even, they may have even just come to him and said, hey, we expect to make $60 million. We'll give you 20 to just use your name and stick it to it. And you can tell all your friends, and we'll make sure they get allocations so they'll make money too. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not even have a fucking dime in it. I know he didn't invest in fucking Melania. He's never put anything inside Melania. This shit's just wild, dude. And he knows. It's been reported several times that he knows that his followers are retarded. That a large group of his followers are just fucking dumb. Right? He could say jump out in traffic and they'd just be fucking pile-ups everywhere. Because they just jumped out in traffic. And he's not afraid to use that to his advantage. I just don't think that people were prepared for how low he would go. Has any other president come in selling shoes and NFTs and cryptos and collectibles and Bibles? Made in China Trump Bibles? I don't think I remember any of them doing that. He's had multiple shoe releases. Multiple shoe releases. I don't even know what to say anymore.
What was your reaction when you sobered up the next morning?
One of the things that conservatives are really good is they're good at making us kind of like accept how f***ed reality is. And what we're fighting for is like if 0 is neutral and 10 is good and negative 10 is bad, we should always be fighting for 10. But the conservatives have mind f***ed into like fighting for -2 while they're fighting for like -8. And we're just in this weird world where we're not even really, like the ground is so uneven. Like in my mind, the only acceptable outcome for that election would have been bare minimum like a Reagan tier, like 49 state, if not 50 state sweep. Everything that Trump has done is just so far beyond the pale that like even if she would have won all 7 swing states, I would still be incredibly disappointed in this country. So
like we knew it was 50-50 going into it, but the thought of a second Trump term was still unfathomable to me. Not like statistically, like I knew that there was a chance, but just the thought of the dude who cooed the Capitol, genuinely going back to the Capitol and swearing an oath to the Constitution and putting his hand on the Bible one more time. It's almost an unfathomable thought.
It's crazy.
Did you have like an oh shit moment the next morning where like this can't be the reality? It was like the worst fucking timeline.
I think I just spent so much time online. I always know that it can be. Yeah, it's always possible.
I remember my oh shit moment, and like I took it well. I didn't really care. I was on stream most of the night, and I was.
So most presidents, they're wealthy, right? So they've had stocks and bonds and shit. They usually put them into something called a blind trust, which someone else manages them, right? So they don't see who they're investing in. They're not supposed to talk to them. They're not supposed to give them tips or tell them to sell or buy. They're not supposed to do anything. It's just blind, completely blind.
Just like chilling, but afterwards there was a moment where I was sitting there. I was like, Elon Musk and RFK Jr. These motherfuckers basically just rolled us. Like they won.
The Elon stuff is so crazy, but I think I'd already like been dealing with that for like the months leading up to it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, do you remember Do you remember when it must have only been like half a year ago when Elon was tweeting out the fact that I upset the right and the left the same amount is actually so important. It shows how objective I am, right? Do you remember him
It was
tweeting
like
that?
8 months before the election, he was saying he's not going to donate to either side.
Yeah. And then he's like $1 million if you're from a swing state, maybe you enter a raffle, and if you vote for whatever, if you sign up to vote or whatever.
Is he fucking with us? So when he posts this photo, and it's like after the election, it was a photo of the U.S. map, and he said, "Look at all the red voters," and he doesn't understand the population density of cities. He's being disingenuous there, right? Like there's
I
no way.
legitimately can't tell. I cannot tell with Elon. Like Trump, I legitimately believe, and I would put money on it that Trump is like
He's dumb, yeah.
He's below standard intelligence.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Trump is. For Elon, I super can't tell because he just makes so many stupid fumbles.
Dude, I want to build a compound. We vote people in and out.
Like this whole video game Path of Exile shit and the stuff with Asmongold is like.
To be fair, right now, I just want to be able to pay my bills. That's step one, because I'm like fucking broke. But after that,
This is so cringe.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
Sometimes I think that for as much of an idiot Trump is, he did kind of roll the Democratic Party twice. And honestly, 2020 was kind of an outlier. Like Biden won by what was it, 11,000 votes in Georgia or whatever, and that was mainly due to the pandemic. Yeah, so like for as much of an idiot Trump is, he kind of does out-strategize us.
No, he doesn't.
You don't think so?
He's just a good guy in the right place at the right time, I think. The Republicans as a whole have been working really hard to build the advantages that they enjoy now.
But like so here's a few things. I remember in 2016, Rachel Maddow did this. I got Trump's tax returns. I finally got the tax
And it
returns.
was like 2 pages of a 1040 from like 2011.
2005, and he actually paid, I think, 40 million on like 170 million. So like it was actually in his favor. And there are now theories that Trump's team released that. So maybe this isn't Trump. Maybe his team knows how to outplay the media. But then that undermines the credibility of the media. And also, when we call him a felon over and over and over, we thought that that was like a really good and he's a fucking felon. That actually plays in favor of him because his whole thing is these institutions are going to start targeting me. The institutions are going to begin to...
And he's like the outcast. They hate him, right? They hate him. They made me a felon. I am the outcast. Look.
To target you. I'm just standing in the way. They're all corrupt. All these corrupt institutions don't want me back in the presidency. So when we say that he's a felon, it's all...
He did have to get rid of some stuff. He basically just gave it to his kids. But if you're holding any stocks or bonds, you could put them in a blind trust.
Almost like we're marketing for him. And I'm not saying that he's some like fucking 40 chess master.
That's not a 40 chess master.
It's just like...
That's like saying... That would be like me saying, like, guys, after this vacation I take in Cancun, all of my haters are going to call me a murderer and a rapist. And then I go to Cancun and I like murder a bunch of people and I come back and it's like...
That's kind of funny, dude. That's...
what they're saying, and then you're like, God, Destiny's like a fucking, he's actually like a political mastermind. Like, how is he able to maneuver? It's like, no, that's not being a political mastermind. The real mastery that conservatives have done, and Trump doesn't get credit for this, the real mastery that conservatives have done is conservatives have done a really good job at casting themselves as the villain and like the victor simultaneously at all points. And they're so good at occupying both of these roles. And somehow the center-leaning people, the centrist people got like sucked into this. And now you've got these Silicon Valley people that are all worshiping Trump. And then you've got all these like the UFC people and the MMA people and all the athletic people and then the fucking like all these different communities somehow all got sucked into the anti-woke communities, and it's just super cringe because now you're in this world where the right will always suck them off, the centrists will always suck them off, and then the left is like so scared of being called Trump derangement syndrome that they won't be critical of him. And so like the final example, like whenever people say like, look at how bad the mainstream media is, they don't mean the mainstream media. They just mean CNN and MSNBC. You've never in your life heard one of these centrists.
He's not a bug boy. He's a bug man.
One of these like fucking losers on their knees with a fucking cocksuck collar like fucking Joe Rogan. You've never seen one of these guys ever say the mainstream media is just in a horrible state right now. Did you see what happened on Fox News? They don't say this. It's always CNN and MSNBC. So fuck these guys.
So that being said, what approach, I'm going to put you on the spot like you were interviewing the DNC chair people. I didn't get to watch many of those, but I'm assuming you guys talked about this. What approach should the party take over the next few years to make sure we're effective? I feel like we don't have a punch right now.
We need way more slurs.
More slurs?
Absolutely.
Like, like ironic or unironic? Like if we
half ironic.
You think that if we had a candidate who said...
I think that if Kamala Harris would have called Trump the N-word on stage, I think he would have called her the N-word. I think that would have been her pop-off moment.
Yeah.
He'd have done it back.
So would have lost his mind.
But like, actually...
And she could get away with it too, so it would be fine. That would have just been perfect.
During the debate.
Close during that black journalist conference. He was close. Did you read that Washington Post article where after the debate with Biden, Trump was on his plane and he wanted to tweet out, my new nickname is Joe Biden, retarded Joe. Did you read that article? And then Susie Wiles and Chris LaSavita, his campaign managers and stuff, had to like reel him in basically and be like, hey dude, you just had a huge win. Trump is just like innately drawn towards chaos, it feels like.
Conflict and ego. He's fragile, yeah.
So he wanted to call him Joe Biden. Honestly, I think he still would have. It
wouldn't have mattered. There's nothing that, because we all view it from the thing too that's like hard is because we're playing with such different standards. Is that like Trump can fail infinitely because to us it's like abhorrent, but to the other side it's literally fucking epic and hilarious every single time. Like if Trump were to accidentally push the wrong button.
This was some leaked stuff that come out. I think I saw it in the Atlantic. Let me see if I can find it. At the end of June, in the afterglow of the debate performance that would ultimately prompt President Joe Biden in his campaign for re-election, Donald Trump startled his aides by announcing that he'd come up with a new nickname for his opponent. That guy's a retard. He's retarded. I think that's what I'll start calling him, Trump declared about his campaign aboard his campaign plane en route to a rally that evening, according to 3 people who heard him make the remarks. Retarded Joe Biden. That's his new nickname. Let's tweet that out.
When he was ordering like his daily Diet Coke or whatever, or his daily blowjob from any of the tech giants that now are on their knees for him daily, and he would accidentally like shoot a missile at some like city in Iowa, it would be fucking epic and hilarious.
Yeah.
That would just be it. They would literally all laugh. There's like nothing that Trump can do. Here's like a good question. Do you still go out and do these interviews with people?
Yeah.
This is a good question. If it doesn't get you any FBI lists, you would ask a conservative, is there any way that Donald Trump could die where you wouldn't think it was conspiracy? I bet they wouldn't be able to list a single way.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
If he had a heart attack, would you think he really did?
Yeah.
If he got in a car accident? If he got
Michael Jaco was shot with a heart attack gun twice while cliff climbing, rock climbing.
Obviously not. That's conspiracy, right? If his plane crashed, no way. That's conspiracy. There's no way that Donald Trump could die where it wouldn't be a conspiracy.
But like unironically, beyond slurs, beyond just hurling
Yeah, that's a little rough, ain't it?
slurs at the other side, what do you think
Nothing's fucking real anymore, or at least you can't prove it to them that it's real. Anything.
strategy should be? Like if you were an advisor.
I think some of it is, so I feel like all the worlds have merged into one line. You ever watched Steins Gate?
No.
Fucking God, you're such a fucking zoomer.
I'm 22. I don't know. This is old man stuff.
Okay, imagine there's like a Skippy toilet episode.
Okay, I'm imagining it, yeah.
All the realities have merged, and I think all the advice for being like a good YouTuber, a good president, I think it's all the same. One thing that Trump does really well, okay, is he's like, he feels relatable, and that he doesn't feel like a stiff, if you listen to Kamala Harris talk, she sounds like Vosh.
Yeah.
Well, it almost sounds like sometimes like everything is like, I want it to be a quote that's going to be written down in a history book. I've seen Kamala do, I can't remember what, but I've seen her do like interviews where she's like more loose, and she's actually a million times more personable.
Cool person, yeah. But she, like whoever her advisors were, also with Tim Walz, when they brought him in, he was supposed to be this relatable dude, and they kind of just like canned him in a way where he had to continue doing the same few lines over and over. They told him to stop doing the couch thing. It's just, you want to know something interesting? I feel like I cut you off, but I mean,
no, go ahead.
when I was flying here, I was listening to Ezra Klein's new podcast. I don't listen to him much, but it's like all about attention within the Democratic Party and how the Republicans have found out how to dominate attention, the attention of the public.
Yeah, this is what.
Yeah, good, bad, or indifferent. It's the attention.
Yeah, fuck. That's what I was going to. Yeah, going into the having like more personal people. The second thing I was going to say, like one of the things that helps me so much is streaming. And if you do regular video content, because it keeps you at the forefront of everybody's mind, and you can push through things, and you can keep being relevant, and you're always going to be making better career steps because you're getting live feedback for everything that you're doing, so you can see real time how people feel about everything. And Trump is so good at being on Twitter and all that shit all the time that he's always in people's minds, and people are always talking about him. So you need somebody that's going to be,
even when it's bad, even if it's horrible, they'll just spin it in a different way. He didn't mean that. He didn't say that. He doesn't want you injecting bleach into your veins. He meant something else.
Bombastic, but at least somebody that's a little bit more present like that. AOC was for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the photo of Trump and Obama sitting next to each other? And I think I saw this on your Reddit.
This is how bad it's gotten. They've got me agreeing with fucking AOC on shit. That's how bad it's fucking gotten.
A line going across, and they have the same exact skin tone now because Trump is literally just a brown. But
I've not seen that,
but yeah, okay. Regarding attention, they were saying that like the interesting thing about Elon Musk isn't even his wealth anymore. I mean, of course that's interesting, but it's the amount of attention he controls on a day-to-day basis by owning Twitter.
Yeah.
And that Democrats, we don't have anyone like that. Like AOC, I think is the closest thing we have to somebody who's incredibly just like charismatic. You listen when she's speaking, but other than that, we've got a lot of old politicians and the right, and like all of Trump's cabinet, just full of TV personalities. Pete Hegseth, he plucked off of Fox News. I'm pretty sure Dr. Oz has a position. All these people.
He does. Oz is going to be the head of the FDA.
Oh, great.
Another thing that I was going to say. Another thing that I was going to say about the propaganda that is TikTok and the propaganda machine. They got a bunch of idiots to sign up for Red Note. And then when I was scrolling through TikTok today, they're like, I went over on Red Note, and you wouldn't believe it. One thing that I was amazed by, they thought it was crazy that we have to pay hospital bills and that we have to pay for an ambulance. And they were showing me their cities, Chinese people, and they don't have any homeless. How can they not have any home? Like, that propaganda worked perfect, dude. How do you not realize that's what they allow on social media? That's what they allow on social media. They have millions of homeless. They run them out of towns and let them die in the fields. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They literally made it illegal for any homeless person to be homeless in any city. And then they put out places that you're supposed to report to for like a meal and a bed and shit. And then they put you in a bus and send you somewhere out in rural China and just drop you off to die out there away from the city.
Anywhere else, to be honest, but like they're so good at.
So that was a huge propaganda win for China.
Controlling the attention of the public, and we're about to live in like a propaganda society, aren't we? We already do, but like it's about to get bad.
Yeah, it was really bad when Elon Musk was allowed to buy X and then use it to support a single candidate.
By the way, he's also about to allegedly, he's about to day one start fucking deportations in major U.S. cities.
it, but
yeah, but we couldn't telegraph that before. Like, we didn't see 2 years ago that he was actually, like you were just saying, like he was tweeting out, oh, I want to make both sides mad. And yes, it was clearly nefarious and clearly not something that should happen, but nobody knew he would go full-throated MAGA, like full-throated.
The issue is because we've allowed conservatives to lie so much and for so long that they can get away with doing anything because they're just going to say that the Democrats did it first.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. They say it with Elon Musk, like, oh, well, you know, the Democrats are already doing this. If anybody does anything horrible, then the response is always like, oh, what? Like he's like, Donald Trump is going to kill half of America. And they'll be like, oh, what? Like Biden already did? Like Obama already did?
Yeah.
Like the Democrats already did? So he's literally free to do anything. They say that when it comes to Kash Patel and all the potential investigations that could happen and everything. Like, oh, well, you know, you guys already did lawfare. And it's like, okay.
Are you saying Obama didn't genocide half of America? Are you trying to whitewash that?
With no trial.
Yeah.
Obama genocided innocent American lives.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Where's Tim Pool? Yeah.
No.
It was absolutely fucking disgusting. Thank God we have those brave people that still protect American freedoms, like those 3 guys that stopped that horrible burglar at Arbery.
Yeah, dude, we got to hold them accountable. And you know, I feel like that's just a platitude that we say a lot. Oh, they need to be held accountable. But how do we hold them accountable, Republicans? Other than just like making content. I make a bunch of videos a day, but how do we hold Republicans accountable for their lies or flip?
I'll tell you how do we hold them accountable, but it's going to be more on Kick later. I can't say it on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
the realistic non-doomered version is the Democrats have 2 years to get their shit in line right now because we're not governing anything. We don't have any Congress and no executive branch. So the Democrats have 2 years to kind of get their shit in line. Usually incumbent parties lose their midterms, right?
Yeah.
Incumbent lose their midterms, right? Or the party.
This is my favorite talk about Trump's skin tone, where this graphic designer, I think she actually does clothing design, went in and said, anybody keeping this for the history books, Trump's hex color, the hex color of Trump's makeup is CB794A, but his real skin is E3C7B8. Look at that. And then look at his skin tone. He's a pink little boy, but he always comes out in fucking wild colors, dude. Sometimes it'll be like fucking bright orange. Sometimes it'll be bronze. Wild colors.
Usually loses the midterm. So we have an opportunity to do really well in the midterms. Trump has 2 years. Oh, one thing from the media perspective is like there has to be a careful tracking of and accounting of all of the promises that Trump made and absolutely will not keep. Here's another good question for conservatives. They won't have an answer, but ask a conservative, what could Trump do that would be like too far for you or not okay for you? Because the deficit's not going.
What could he possibly do that would not be okay for you?
Down. The debt's absolutely not going down, right? We are going to continue to deficit spend. Trump wants to extend the tax cuts. He's not going to pair that with any spending cuts.
Prices are going down, right?
Well, no, that's not going to happen. Elon lied about finding $2 trillion in spending. Yeah. Now he cut it down to $1 trillion in spending. It's going to be no trillion in spending because they want to increase the largest line item in our discretionary budget, which is the military. They're talking about huge increases for the military. So all of that was a lie. Yeah.
Elon has already dropped that. It was always 2 trillion, 2 trillion. I could cut 2 trillion, 2 trillion. Now it's down to 1 trillion somehow. And it's just not happening.
I guess that was just a funny meme. That was a lie. I know it's like a joke now, but I really do feel like historically it is absolutely fucking insane that Donald Trump is joking. See, I did it. He's not joking. That Donald Trump is seriously threatening our allies, our NATO allies, with military action to conquer like fucking Greenland. That's unhinged and unbelievable.
The real blackpilling part was seeing how quickly conservatives fell in line. Like, yes, Matt Walsh was like maybe trolling when he was like, we could bloodlessly take Canada within a week. But then Ben Shapiro unironically went on a show and he was like, we should take the moon too. We were the first to the moon. Why wouldn't we take it? Then he starts like,
and they really jump behind. They're like, Greenland is strategic. We might have a war, so we should just go fucking take it. What? People in my chat were like, China's at the border. You guys remember this China's at the border bullshit. Remember they were going to invade the day that Biden took office? They had pictures of them in Canada.
Giggling a bit, and he's like, we should take Greenland. It's not a joke. They're being dead ass.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Like Trump can do literally anything. Yeah. Like he could bomb a small town in Iowa and he'd be like, oh, maybe Superman should have saved them. Isn't that where he's from? Like it would just be a joke. Everything is a fucking joke.
It was a liberal town.
Meanwhile, I've got that picture seared into my mind, the close-up of Biden with the red flag, with the red light behind him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, clearly. It was in Philadelphia. Clearly fascistic.
And people are like, oh my God, this is the worst. This is the goddamn worst, most fascist fucking speech I've ever seen in my fucking life. Meanwhile, Trump is suing fucking pollsters. Oh, that's another big one. Always remember, I think you just have to keep the cases in mind. Mm-hmm. Like also, liberals need to bully way more.
Yeah, that goes back
Dave
to
Rubin and Tim Pool should be gone from this industry. Mm-hmm. There is no way that either of them should ever have the audacity to show their face on fucking media after taking $5 million from an enemy of the country to do media. Because there's only two options. One, they either knew it, right, which Tim Pool and...
Or they're dumb as fuck. They're the dumbest motherfuckers ever.
Dave Rubin knew they were taking money from Russia, 100%. Okay, if you think I'm lying, sue me. All right, number one. Or two, they didn't know, and their message just happened to line up so perfectly with Russian propaganda that they were getting paid money without even realizing they had to change their message, which would be equally humiliating and some cause for reflection.
That goes back to the slurs. There should be a slur just for Tim Pool. Like, I don't even know.
We'll think of some.
We'll
for conservatives.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. actually unbelievable that those guys are. I can't even imagine how fucking humiliating it would be to, like, if I was getting paid $5 million from fucking Israel or from fucking like Soros and I didn't know, I had no idea. Like, it just, I can't believe that they got away with nothing on that. That's just insane to me. Yeah. There was one, they each did like one 10-minute segment where
no one holds them accountable, right? We didn't know. I actually worked for this. I do deals all the time.
Like, we're the victim here. Like, can I be the victim for fucking $5
million?
Was
it Sam Cedar? Was that who it was that pushed Temple the furthest?
$1 Jesus.
Dude, Vladimir Putin is salivating when he sees the current state of America and the discourse. I mean, he's taking a lot of wins. It feels like, I don't mean to be dramatic, but it feels like we're kind of in an invisible war with them and we're losing really badly right now. Like, Vladimir Putin is just winning. And the liberals, I mean, us, like, we've got to have more of a punch. And I know that you're being kind of ironic about the slur thing, but I actually think that we need to start saying the word.
Is really what it all comes back to, isn't it?
So why we lost. That and...
You remember the, some woman, I think, goes up to some white guy with like an axe who's just like chopping the ground. And she's like, "We need you again, white guys."
Yeah,
do you know what I'm talking about?
That's some Zoomer shit. I'm not into that. That's some
Shut the fuck up.
But
you're zooming so fucking hard.
Nah, but this dude said Biden says MAGA Republicans once. I mean, he clarifies not all, I know this is a trite talking point, but he's like, not all Republicans.
Not even a majority. Not even a majority. He hedges. Biden does a classic Destiny mistake of hedging, not knowing that people are gonna fucking clip chimp the shit out. Meanwhile, oh my God, I don't know when this talking point emerged. I started to see it like 6 months ago. Do you ever see this bullshit this bullshit talking point of I switched sides when I heard when I found out the truth about the both sides had good people quote.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know that's bullshit, right? Trump did say that. He said there were good people on both sides of a Nazi march. He was specifically talking about the Nazi march. He was specifically talking about the people that had gone to the Nazi march that were marching with the Nazis. And he said there were good people on both sides of that. This is just true. So I heard this talking point like 6 months ago. And then I went back to the original speech. Like, okay, well, maybe I did only hear part of it. And I also think, like, okay, yeah, this is clearly what he's saying. I don't know why even some of the liberal fact checkers were saying this is a lie, which is not a lie. Yeah. But even more to this, somebody showed me this video yesterday because I came up with P.F. Young, where fucking Ben Shapiro is on his podcast talking about it. And he's like, I don't know why people are like trying to whitewash this for Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump clearly said at a Nazi march, he was clearly talking about the Nazis that were marching. They're the only people that were Nazis. And Ben Shapiro even like had this set out perfectly. He also said January 6th was an insurrection.
He said the worst thing domestically since 9/11.
Yeah, and he said it was an insurrection one day after it happened, but he walked back on that too.
You think it kills him a little bit inside? He's like a lawyer, went to a top tier school, and now he's got to run defense for this orange flag. Like, do you think it kills him or is the money too good?
I think the money's too good.
Yeah, it's fucked. We're a little bit cooked, but I think we'll be okay.
That doesn't have anything to do with Tim Pool taking money from Russia. That literally has nothing to do with it. I don't like the Tim Pool link to Russia because Jews.
I think the pendulum will swing back, right? I hope.
Well, I mean, like, pendulums can only swing so far and then they break, right? So we got to hope that we...
Do you think...
Also, I don't want a pendulum swing on this because the woke shit is going to be...
The woke shit's pretty
It's going to be crazier.
Exactly. What is this?
I give the president every single chance to signal willingness to negotiate, knowing that both Trump and Putin will listen to this conversation. I don't think he took it, and instead chose to speak very crude words towards Vladimir Putin. This is fully understandable, but not...
You try to come in there as a cuck for Russia,
directly productive to negotiation. To clarify, I have hosted many conversations that were intensely critical of Vladimir Putin, from Serhiy Plokhy to Stephen Kotkin. But this conversation is with a world leader, speaking about another world leader during a historic opportunity for peace. Crude words of this.
Fuck you. It's a podcast, and you were trying to get him to say, well, aren't there some good things? Aren't there some things we can come together on? And he's like, no, fuck that. They're bombing schools. They're bombing hospitals. They're pieces of shit, as he rightfully should.
Disrespect, while powerful, may harm negotiations. Peacemaking in this situation requires compromise in order to avoid further...
This is Lex Friedman after he did his Zelensky interview.
...death and suffering. And I believe it requires treating the other leader with the seriousness you expect him to treat you with. This is what I was pushing for. All that while also putting my ego aside and letting the president shine, which is necessary to accomplish both goals 1 and 2 that I mentioned previously. This is also why I wanted the president to speak about Elon and Trump, to extend the olive branch for further avenues of peacemaking.
By the way, Lex also wanted to do the whole interview in Russian, and he's like, no. Like, I speak Ukrainian. We're targeting this at an American audience. I'm not doing the whole thing in Russian. No.
This is not about politics. It is, once again, simply about peace.
What a fucking cuck, dude.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see. Yeah.
His son X.
So we're looking forward to.
You say so.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's
Shit's wild. Oh. This is, what is this? Chaotic situation outside Capital One Arena after Trump supporters arrive at final blocks of line and storm through the median meant for photographers and others who are in line. Trump event volunteers struggle to hold back the crowd. Just skipping the line. People are starting to yell at him. How bad does it get, chat? Is that a volunteer or just somebody jumped in and closed the gate on him?
No. I've been waiting for now. The whole crew's already gone. This is not the line, folks. It's not the line.
He's just like a random person, though. But he already let those two old ladies too.
Fine, everyone don't understand. Are you a worker? Yeah, right here. This is not the line. This is the disability line. Are you a worker? Yes. This is not the line. Where's your badge? I'll go get you. We're not getting in the line, bud. Chill out. Chill out.
We're not skipping the line. Chill out. Then he skips the line. Look at all of them coming through now. Everybody's coming through now. Everybody's skipping the line.
Hey, don't let anyone in.
Well, he's pressed, so he was supposed to be in that line, right? Or at least he was going to try to get in his press. Whether they let him or not, who knows?
Come in here. What is going on? Who said this is coming? Ma'am, I am a volunteer and we're trying to keep it organized. Everyone is in line. Well, that's my people. I know the people.
There's my people right there. He just walks on by.
Please wait. You are going to make everyone explode, so please let's all center ourselves. I got it. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. We got pushed out.
That old woman's waving at her. Come on. Oh. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get in the Capitol on Jan 6.
I can't go. You gotta go that way.
He said, I can't let you. You got to go back that way. Are you security? And then she just... This is when you're in the back, maybe like 60 people back, and you go, he's got a gun! And you just fucking book it. Look at him, trying to squeeze through. Becky, I got in, Becky. Hey.
Sir, just let him go.
That guy's negotiating. Just let us go and then stop him.
Shut up, lady. I don't need to.
Shut up, lady.
Don't call me a bitch. Well, you're acting like one. Well, you're...
All Asian people bother me. I understand it, Suko.
Name calling.
You can't get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta kind of stuck. We're stuck now.
Look, she's like, come on, I'll open the gate for you. Come on. You're with me. This guy's like, fuck it, I quit. I'm just a volunteer.
No, back.
No, back. Sit. I'm sure he's got a press thing, surely. This is why you always keep one of those cardboard cup holders in your car with 4 cups on it, okay? And if you ever show up late to an event, you take those cups and you're like, James, I got our drinks. I'm coming. Yeah. Like you just left to go get drinks and he's in the front of the line. And when you get to that spot, you're like, hey, I got him. I'm back. And then you just go up and stand beside somebody else. They can be empty. It doesn't matter. You just need a cardboard drink holder.
I gotta go. What? The security point? Where did Ben go?
Hey, what are you doing? They're VIP.
Where's Ben? Hey.
They're VIP.
Okay. Sorry.
We was there and they okay, fine.
We cannot do it this way, so you need to stay in the line that you were.
We was in there. We got pushed. They opened up the gate, pushed everybody. All of us got it.
We got it. But now the issue is everyone wants to get riled up. I'm not riled up. We get it. And we're about 9 o'clock this morning. Those people. We got it. I swear to God.
Damn.
Yes.
That's how we're trying to get it. We're trying to go 9 o'clock. And then we get right here. I'm going to get out of this.
It looks like Phil's supporters are trying to figure out how the stock market crash under Joe Biden didn't happen. That's what's supposed to bring Nassar Gassara, right?
Why are they letting these people?
God damn, dude. You got to say, that guy's sneaking in. Over there, look. And then run. Oh, back of the line Joe there. They're not stopping for you. They're just squeezing in over here. They're still not even stopping. They're linking arms. They're linking arms going, we're all together. We're together. You got to see the coronation of the God Emperor.
Because everyone knows this isn't even a line, sir. Allie, come to the right.
Damn. Dude, I would have liked to watch more of this. I'm sure that was the good parts, though. National Guard had to step in to control the crowd.
You don't play with it anymore, huh?
Everybody slow down. Shane,
Trump loves you and you're special. Push through. You got it.
Stop on the area. Let's go.
God damn, dude.
okay, we're getting in, so come out. I told them that I'm waiting for myself.
Hey, push it back.
Yeah, right, dude. Back up a little bit. 10,000 people.
Everyone push it back.
They always left.
Nuts to butt. Scooch it. Damn. You couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't fucking pay of the struggle that ensued is frustrating. Oh shit. You couldn't pay me enough, dude. Alright, so we watched some of that. We saw the National Guard show. This is where we started. Fucking Asians are back, of course.
We was there.
Those fucking Asians will sneak in anywhere. You got to check they're like ticks. You want to strip down naked and have a buddy check you. Who's this bitch? She's dancing up on the concrete block. Okay, National Guard's here.
Back up! Back up! Back up!
And they got to go in the cattle chutes. Once they get in there, they got to. I think I go through the cattle chutes.
Guys, put your cameras down. I'm in here. That's fine. You can be here. Wait, put the cameras down. Watch out, guys. You guys are doing too much right now. Back up. Back up here. Where were you? They're cutting it off. Hey, it's an open gate. You have to go around. What are you saying? They won't let you through. They're stopped it. They're stopped this way. I don't know what to tell you. That way. They're closed. They said no more. I don't have credentials. I want to go in. Your friend is over there. Get over there. can leave her review on you against the city.
Yeah, a lot of good dad jokes. Yeah, a lot of good dad jokes.
I mean, honestly, y'all complaining about our company doesn't want anything to do with this. So,
they brought all these people in that nobody was taking care of. They brought all these people in that didn't even know.
God damn, they had to get JD Vance out there to direct traffic. Holy shit.
Let's go. Separated. There's two.
No rushing, please.
single file heads off.
Stay right there. Stay right there. No. Push it. Push it.
Stop pushing, pusher.
Stop.
Imagine acting like this.
Stop.
He's already used you up. He doesn't need you anymore.
You will not go in. Back up behind the white wall. Down. You can't take them in.
Umbrellas are not coming in. Hats off.
Somebody said, so y'all gave him $300 million for a party that you can't come to, the inauguration. Then gave him another $70 million for a coin you can't spend because a carton of eggs cost $1 more than it used to. Talk about fucking idiots.
Jackets open. If I see you push someone, you are out. You will move in an orderly fashion or you won't move at all. Understood? Yes. Empty your pockets. Get ready to go for security. You're going to come to me and you're going to go one at a time. Okay. Understood? All right.
We don't care about that.
This is getting good, dude.
You're getting in. Stop the line. Please don't push it. Someone will fall. Slow down. Please slow down.
Where you going? You don't play with anymore, huh?
Everybody slow down.
It looks like the migrants trying to get out of the boiler room on a Titanic. Somebody ought to punch that bitch. How bad does the National Guard hate these people? Everybody's trying to sneak around to the left of him. Which day is day one dictator? I don't know. He'll probably, you know that he does the whole fanfare, blah, 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 whatever, and signs a bunch of executive orders. There's some stuff coming down that some of those could be pretty fucking harsh, the executive orders he's going to share. At least that's what the leaks say.
I told him that I'm waiting for my son.
Hey, push it back.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Push it back. That's another one of them goddamn Asians, dude.
Yeah, this is our
Is there a fucking walking hibachi close? What's going on here, Atsuko? Explain. They're gonna make a wall of National Guard soldiers to stop them.
We're live outside of the event. It's been challenging.
You got it. They hear you. They're all backing up. The people right in front of you are not even attempting to move. You think somebody 10,000 rows deep is going to start backing up?
If I go where? I have to get across that way.
Everybody step back! Keep moving, take a step back! Push back!
Shield wall, baby. We saw this during the protests, right? You push and clear an area, and then as you retract your arm, 2 steps forward. Push, clear an area, 2 steps forward.
Gotta move back. Back slowly.
Just know, if they take your shield from you, they will be trying to kill Mike Pence.
We're gonna have to go back.
Everybody, you have to back up. You're not getting in. We're
trying to get in a single file line so they can let us in. Please, help, please. So they can get in. It might be good. It might be good for some of you guys to work at the backside.
No, we'll be stuck here. Stuck together.
Y'all have some people on the back that might be good to work from the back. Yeah, take it easy, guys. These guys are doing their jobs. Just take it easy. You guys are doing their jobs, all right? All right.
It might be easy if you work it from the backside.
I got 3 years and 3 months left.
Wow, that's more than usual.
The governor would be disappointed.
We're in for a show today.
The governor would be disappointed if I didn't have my cards. Do you know?
Up and hold those for you while you're doing it.
Yes. Sheriff Ivey and I put bad guys in jail. Our criminal justice system holds them accountable, and the federal government lets them into your neighborhood to rob and pillage and steal and rape.
I hope they all die simultaneously.
Murder. Our governor is a leader. He's saying, look, the people of the state of Florida, the people of the United States of America elected Donald Trump because Donald Trump said he was going to fix this illegal immigration issue. And our top priority is the illegal immigrants in this country that are committing crime. So I want to give you just a quick...
Yeah, she got moved up to the injured list quick, too.
Quick snapshot.
Ashley Babbitt.
Why our governor is saying Florida...
What was it, ACL, MCL? I can't remember.
To set the example for the other states to support the president to get rid of these criminals who are victimizing...
He's a 40 S&W. I remember now. Never mind.
People. How about Edie Grandos? He's not only here illegally, he killed a 21-year-old. He was leaving the scene of a crash, no driver's license, in Homeland, Florida. Think about that for a minute. We had another instance where we arrested a guy 4 times for no driver's license, and ICE never deported him. Oh, that's minor. And then he ran over someone on a scooter and killed them. Had he been deported for violating the law, that person riding the scooter would be alive and well today. And then there's Elmer Kennel. He's 24. 2 people died, and a 18-year-old high school girl will be injured with issues forever because he was here illegally from Guatemala, caused a car crash, and 2 people died. This is a snapshot. We could give you hundreds. Dorito Casto. He was deported 2 times. He came back. He had a crash on 1792, DUI manslaughter, after he was already deported 2 times. How about Ernesto Morales, who's 32? His hit and run killed a 5-year-old little girl when he ran into the rear end of her car on Highway 60.
I mean, there's horror stories from any group of people, right?
How about Arnaldo Paz, who's 39? He murdered a 74-year-old lady in Polk City. None of these people should have been here to have created these crashes and murdered these people. How about Juan Orgozo? He's 36, attempted murder.
If it's so easy, why didn't you round them up?
A home invasion and
before they committed a crime.
The lady, shut up or I'll kill you. She was there. As the governor said, they didn't care that it was that someone was there. They wanted to go in and steal stuff. And then there's the Frostproof murder.
Nobody was preventing you from rounding them up.
By Miguel Cazame, who's 47. Now, folks, that should shock your conscience. But how about this? We have one of our victims here today. Professional criminals out of Venezuela. They were arrested in New York, in the city, in the state, and not held accountable. They ended up here. They're very good.
This is a huge press release just to latch on to Donald Trump's fucking high or whatever where he's being inaugurated, saying that they're going to be the poster child, set the example for Trump's deportation program.
Experienced, very professional criminals. They would go to restaurants and they focused on our Asian residents and business people. They would photograph the restaurant inside and out. They would identify the owners. They would stalk them back and forth to their homes. And when they patterned them, then they would break into their homes and steal and steal and steal. Of the 9 cases we charged these folks with initially, 7 of them were our Asian American friends. They were here illegally. The Biden administration didn't care. We talked about that. Now we've got a governor who said, look, the people have voted and we want to get ahead. We want to set a state model. Our Senate,
there it is,
our House are the best in the nation, and they're led by professionals that I have the highest respect for. We have to come together and set the state model that supports the federal model so that we get the illegal criminals out of this country. Now, what's interesting about that, Governor, is the federal regulations as they currently are, the 287G and the housing, short-term and the housing long-term, are full of strings that are woke left.
Oh, he has to play whatever Trump, right? Everybody wants to be the class favorite right now that Trump's in charge.
So adopting, we're going to support these federal legislations in their current form is absolutely a non-starter, unacceptable. The Trump administration has to immediately go from top to bottom in those regulations and get rid of that stuff. What we have to do, and our governor is setting the leadership. Our Senate and our House will set the leadership, is say, hey, we in Florida are going to support what the voters of this.
When they start removing too many restrictions, though, that means fucking brown people are going to live in terror, dude. When they start removing too many restrictions, what that leads to, the same way our justice system is made to let a guilty person walk as long as we never convict an innocent person. When you start removing too many of the checks and restrictions and shit, you end up with people that get miscategorized and end up getting deported, and they've never even fucking lived anywhere but the United States their entire life.
This state and the other state said, and we're going to craft policy that mandates for those that want to ride the fence that you actively get engaged in getting these criminals out of our community. I'll close with this. Governor, I still can't imagine why people think more of illegal aliens committing crime than they do honest, law-abiding citizens of the state of Florida and the United States of America. I don't understand that. But we've got a governor that says we're going to look out for the law-abiding citizens, for the children, for the good people of the state of Florida. We're going to set the model for the other states.
By the way, this is another guy that did good with making, like Trump, right? He just gets attention. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter.
To follow. Our legislators who are brilliant, our leadership in the legislature
it gets attention.
Is brilliant. We're going to make sure that we just don't carte blanche accept the federal positions because it's full.
Yeah, it's gonna move to a stance where we just fucking round them up if we, no matter what, right? They're brown, right? And then they have to prove that they're citizens.
Woke craziness. I mean, there's one provision. If you are going to house these illegal immigrants that have committed crime long-term for the federal government, you've got to ask the person, do you identify as a male or a female? And who would you like to search you on the way in the jail? And we've got to have medical check you 3 times a week. And, just gag me with it. That's the craziness that's written into the legislation. So listen, those of you that are writing for the Trump administration, get that crap out and let us do what we do best.
There you go.
Law enforcement officers of the state of Florida will do their job. Our governor is the leader. Our governor is saying, now's the time, and we're the place to set the example of how we can protect people and keep them safe in the free state of Florida. And I'll leave with this message. Southbound and down. Do it yourself. You can self-deport and avoid a lot of prison sentence. But it's time. Southbound and down.
God damn, dude. Shit like that.
All right, more
that you can
than normal. So
you can self-deport and avoid a lot of fucking headache and shit, dude. Doesn't that sound like fucking like pre-Holocaust Germany and shit?
we got our money's worth this morning from Grady. Okay.
The last thing I wanted to show you was God, that sounds horrible. Like, we won't fuck with you if you just leave now, brown people. We know you're brown. You can't hide it. Look at this. I just want to show you a screenshot from this. Trump has got his official photo taken that he wants to release, right? Compare that to the other photo. We'll watch the first part of this video.
So Donald Trump released his official photo today. Jump scare. Now, when you compare this to other presidents in the last 20 years, like our current president, Joe Biden, or President Barack Obama.
Even Barack Obama didn't smile, but, you know, he doesn't look like a fucking goddamn serial killer on death row.
Or President George W. Bush. What do you notice? Is there a
Look at that image, dude.
difference? If your answer was the overall scour and tone of hate and anger.
And I've seen this image before. As soon as I saw this image, he's getting ready to put up another image. As soon as I saw this image, I did literally think about this next image.
In Trump's picture, then we agree. But I noticed something more, something a little more sinister. As soon as I seen his photo, I immediately thought of this photo. And when you put them side by side.
Look, I'm not the one that's just like Nazi, 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 they're all Nazis, 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 Nazis. But that's striking, is it not? Dude, that is striking. And this picture's like super famous. As soon as I saw it, this is what I told Mariah. Like, he looks like fucking Hitler. And I don't even call all Republicans are Hitler, Nazis, blah, 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 all that shit. I try to stay away from that because it's just, you get stuck in the rhetoric. Like, we're all Nazis. But god damn. It even looks like he used to have a little mustache there with these fucking striations he's got going down his lip. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Wow, dude. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. No. I'm sorry. It's a little off the page. That's it, bro. That is it. It even fit, dude. I had to stretch it out a little bit. Probably a little bit different camera lens, but god damn. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Please consider supporting the show. We're kind of in a situation right now. No job, no income. Everything's fucked. So if you want to support the show, do it. If you don't, who cares? The whole world's fucked. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. See you on the next one. I'll try to do better tomorrow. Definitely not getting in a car with a drunk driver again like I did tonight. Fucking piss me off. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off. It's about to get lit.
The bot probably put up the blacks.
Better buckle up.
It probably wasn't a mod. The blacks usually gets picked up by the bot.
Get lit. Get the place in them beds. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false.
I'm gonna make this my Christmas card.
Gossip, worshiping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit, swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop.
Dude, Ollie got to pick a prize when he went to the doctor the other day. He had an MRI. He sat through it or whatever, and he got to pick a prize from like his neurologist, or I guess it was radiation. They're like prizes for kids or whatever. He ended up with this Starscream from like Transformers. This 1986 edition Starscream action figure from the Coronation set. It's like a somewhere between $80 and $100 fucking prize from the prize box. It's like a collectible thing. It is wild.
Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders. They ringing it.
Good night, guys. Have a good night.
Frog News Network do no damn research. They be working copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, and runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience. It's hard to sleep at night.